everyone. Today we're meeting 4 prefixes that are like shapeshifters: il, im, in, and They might look different, but they all come from the same Latin prefix in, which means not. So whenever you see one of these prefixes, you know the word is about to flip into its antonym, meaning a word that means the opposite. Watch this. Take the word possible, add im, and it becomes impossible, which means not at all possible. The word responsible becomes irresponsible, which means not responsible. And complete becomes incomplete, which means not finished. Finally, take the word logical, which means something that makes sense. If you add the prefix il to it, it becomes illogical, which means not logical, and is something that actually doesn't make sense at all. Okay, but here's the big question. If they all mean the same thing, why do we have 4 different spellings? Well, that's because these are chameleon prefixes. Just like a chameleon changes its color to blend into its surroundings, this prefix changes its letters to blend in with the word it attaches to. Here's how it works. Before an L, the prefix changes to il. For example, legal changes to illegal. Before an M or a P, it changes to im. For example, possible changes to impossible, and mature changes to immature. Before an R, it changes to ir. For example, regular changes to irregular. Everywhere else, it stays as in. For example, complete goes to incomplete, and accurate changes to inaccurate. This isn't something one person invented. In fact, it happened naturally as Latin words moved into English. Linguistics call this phonological assimilation. Basically, this is when sounds shift to make words easier to say. So, here's a fun fact. In ancient Latin, they only had the prefix in. But over time, when people tried to pronounce it before certain letters, the N sound slid into something easier. I want you to try something. Try saying illegal 5 times fast. Tricky, right? It's way smoother to say illegal. That's why the change is stuck. Wow, word experts. That's a lot. So here's what to remember. All 4 of these prefixes mean not. They change words into their antonyms. They're called chameleon prefixes because they adapt to their surroundings. And the spelling rules just make words easier to pronounce. These spelling patterns might feel irregular and sometimes even impossible to remember. But it would be irresponsible to always use just the prefix in if that made words harder to say. That's why we have chameleon prefixes. Without them, some words would be illogical, others would be immature, and a few might even sound inaccurate. These clever changes keep our language smooth and easy to pronounce. Now, here's your challenge. Can you find 3 words in your reading today that use one of these prefixes? Write the antonym, then come up with a synonym for your new word. For example, regular would be irregular, is the antonym. Irregular means the same as uneven, which is a synonym. Good luck, word explorers!